I guess I respect my dope, and like I know how to use it. Like I just know a lot of people that can't function, and I'm just like, I can hold a conversation. I don't nod out, and I don't have time. I don't have patience for that stuff. Like that means you can't handle your shit.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're in beautiful Las Vegas with Amanda. How you doing, Amanda?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good. What are you doing over here, walking around at midnight in this area?
Getting high and hanging out with friends.
Yeah?
So-called friends, yeah.
You always hang around this area?
Yeah, here.
It's not dangerous?
Here, no. I don't find it dangerous.
You ever model?
No. I was a business owner.
Oh, you were? What kind of business owner?
Security. 25 years.
How many years?
25.
25. How old are you?
42.
I thought you were a lot younger. And you use drugs?
Yeah.
How do you look like you're not using drugs?
I'm a functioning addict. I guess I used to be normal, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
My parents refer to me as self-medicating.
Yeah.
Because I've tried all kinds of drugs. My brain is not right. I've done opiates for over 15 years. So I don't feel right unless I am on drugs.
Wow. All right, let's go back to your childhood now. Before we get there, do you give us permission to use this video on our YouTube channel?
Yes.
All right, Amanda, let's take it to the beginning. Where were you born?
Sydney, Montana.
Sydney, Montana? Never heard of that one.
I know, right?
Do you remember it?
Yeah, I went there as a kid in the summer times.
Yeah.
See, my biological father lives there.
Okay, and then you were born there, and where'd you move after that?
To Las Vegas.
To Las Vegas. What was the reason you guys moved?
My mom's from Hawaii originally, and her family was here, so here we came.
Okay, so you came here, and then did you graduate high school?
No.
How far did you get?
2 weeks before graduation, I quit.
What happened?
They said that I couldn't walk due to absences. I had enough credits my freshman year. They just didn't. They require 4 classes, and they were all electives. So I couldn't wake up.
You couldn't wake up.
Yeah.
Were you using in high school?
Yeah.
What were you using?
Not to the extent like every day. It was just like ecstasy and drinking.
Okay. What'd you do in high school for fun?
Parties.
Yeah.
Literally.
Party. What high school did you go to?
Durango.
Durango. What was it like back in those days?
That was like the higher class family school, and my family was like regular.
Okay.
So I was a poor person in school. My friends drove Range Rovers.
Oh, really?
I had permanent designated drivers. It was great for me.
You were?
I did not have a car. I got my first car when I was 16. My dad gave me a loan for $3,000. I did not choose a reliable car, according to him. Blew the engine, and then I had 2 cars or 2 payments, 1 car after that. I convinced my grandmother to get me a car. So yeah,
you grew up with both parents?
My father, yeah, my stepfather raised me like his own. So like I had him as a dad also. So I have 3 parents really.
Were they strict?
Yes, I was. My dad's Catholic Italian, so I wrote essays as punishment. I read encyclopedias,
Wow.
Yeah.
Was there any abuse in the home growing up?
No, not that I know of. My mom is one of those, and she's difficult. She's one of those people that she kind of believes her own bullshit, and my dad was always just let her kind of so we just have to go along with it, I guess.
Okay.
And just let her do her. She would make up stories that didn't ever exist and go. I really thought she believed them though. Sometimes she didn't want me to be good for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, she always had this story she told everybody in my family that I fist fought her on Rainbow Boulevard, which was not true at all. I don't know where she got it from, but she used it to paint me as a terrible person. But I don't know.
When you were growing up, what were your dreams? What did you want to do for work?
Attorney.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like to argue.
So you must have been pretty smart, and you knew it. Now, you dropped 2 weeks before. Did you ever go back to get your GED or anything?
Nobody's asked for a piece of paper.
No?
No, I've owned my own businesses. I've only had a legitimate job once.
Yeah.
I cocktailed at Luxor Extra Board, and I worked at a couple nightclubs. I make more money. I do service companies, so anything you can do, somebody's always willing to pay for or can't do, or you have a license for or something in that area. And the more you work, the more money you can make. So the opportunity is there that it's not in a regular job.
Are you currently using right now? Mm-hmm. What are you using?
Fentanyl.
How do you survive out here?
There's many ways to hustle.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I did when I came. I've been out here 2 years.
Yeah.
So the first thing, I hustle with a new person every day.
With a new person?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I learned their hustle and ways to do it better or more efficient, I thought.
Okay. Do you work the streets ever?
Mm-hmm.
How often do you do that?
I'm always working, I consider, because whenever I come across an opportunity to make money, I do the least possible law breaking with the most reward.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, like, I just weigh my options, and that's how I choose. I don't call it breaking the laws. I think I make choices.
Okay.
And so I make it for my decision for that particular moment and what I'm doing, and I will do what I need to do to survive.
You ever have any bad experiences working the streets or?
I have to say I'm really good judge of character. I've never had any terrible terrifying decisions. I used to drink a lot when I came out, and I realized that was to put a target on my back, so I quit drinking.
And you're doing, what was it again now?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl. How long you been doing that? 2 years, you said?
I was doing Percocet blues, people call them blues.
Yeah.
I was doing those for 10 years before.
10 years?
And it's an opiate. Like, I never did heroin. That didn't do anything for me. And so, I don't know, I think I have a weird chemical in my brain. Because I never tried methamphetamines either until I came downtown. And that really doesn't do much for me.
So you doing ecstasy in high school, and then what'd you do after ecstasy?
Cocaine.
Okay.
10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
How'd you afford it?
I was rich.
Oh, you're rich?
Yeah.
You had your own business?
Yeah, I made millions by the time I was 24. I was young and rich. My first husband, his family was well off.
Yeah.
We had 3 kids. We were functional. He was sober when I wasn't. We've been very good co-parents and keeping our kids, in stable, good homes.
Where are your kids now?
They're in Utah.
Oh, yeah?
They go to school there, yes.
Oh, that's good.
My sons were 15, 16, and I could no longer beat them, so their father needed to step in at that point, because I've raised them my whole life myself.
You did?
And the businesses, my ex-husband was an addict at the time, so he wasn't functional. So I kind of always have had to be responsible since I was young, because my brother was born when I was 14. So I was like built-in babysitter / mom. My parents got divorced when I was 16, so then I was always watching him because my mother used it as leverage for everything. So yeah, I just always made it work. I had a disabled child. She passed away in 2015.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so she was sick when she was born, so it was a lot of years of a lot of illnesses, and so I was nurse for her. I just did what I needed to do always for everyone around me to survive and be happy.
What do you think you're using?
I don't know. I've tried a lot of prescription drugs, and they just don't, they never worked for me. Like, I just have high and low. I'm very hot and cold. I don't know. My brain is doesn't know how to be happy with it. I feel like because it changes the chemicals in your brain.
Were you like
after
that?
a while?
Were you like that when you were young?
I did Xanax for since I was 19. I didn't know what I was taking. That's the worst drug ever.
Is it?
Your anxiety is 20 times worse when you stop taking it. In 2020, I flushed everything down the toilet and I quit.
You did?
Yeah.
How long were you sober?
2 years.
2 years.
But wow. I was never totally sober because I drank to calm my nerves. So yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone that's broken the chains of addiction?
Yeah, I've thought about that too. My children, as of this, do not use, and I'm very open with my kids. They know everything about me and their father. I never had secrets because I was raised, I think, pretty sheltered.
Yeah.
So I hope to do that with them, but they have an 80% chance of me and their father.
30% chance of what?
Being addicts too.
Oh, okay. Just genetics, you think?
Okay. But I mean, I taught them everything terrible about it that they don't want to experience.
Do you hang out with anyone that's not?
They go to rehab for 30 days to whatever, refresh. I don't even know, a refresh button.
Yeah.
And then come back and start over again. I went to rehab once.
Just once?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have intention of being sober, but I wanted to get my divorce good. If that makes any sense. So I could get everything in my divorce.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew
what did you get out of your divorce?
My business, my children, custody, everything. Because he was an addict, I needed to be able to have control of it. Yeah. I still paid his bills for 3 years after our divorce. And
you paid his bills?
Yeah, and I've contributed to his addiction a lot too. I would pay him in dope to do things, but my children were never unsupervised with not a sober parent, and he was kind of a functioning addict too. Really, a lot of people don't know that. They can't tell. I guess I respect my dope and I know how to use it. I just know a lot of people that can't function, and I'm just I can hold a conversation. I don't nod out, and I don't have time. I don't have patience for that stuff. That means you can't handle your shit. So I don't do that. If I had negative consequences for other people other than myself, that what I was doing, I always make changes and do try to own, my own bullshit. I know what I do wrong, and I'm not proud of everything. I'm not perfect at all, but I try to just be better every day. You can't make drastic changes and expect results. That doesn't work.
Amanda, what makes you happy?
My kids.
Yeah.
Honestly,
you still talk to them?
Yeah, I FaceTime them. It's not enough. Like, I've been out here, like, the biggest problem out here is ID. People steal IDs and phones constantly.
Yeah.
And so, like, not having ID, I've never not had an ID in my life. Been around drug addicts, never been around so many thieves. Downtown is a different animal than the suburbs here.
Yeah.
Completely different. So it's hard to do anything without ID, and you fall asleep, you get robbed. You're robbed like 20 times. I don't respect anything I have. Like, I carry everything I have, and I leave everything as it applies and move along with new shit.
Where do you sleep at night?
I have a lot of places I go to. When people are, let's say, weird, they expect a lot of things from girls just for a place to sleep.
Oh yeah.
I won't do that, and that's why I fall asleep in casinos. It's different in Vegas being homeless than anywhere else because it's not really. It's a lifestyle for people. You get comped rooms for gambling. Everybody gambles. I know people that spend $1 million a year gambling and they're homeless. Dated one. I lived in a suite downtown for 8 months. The first 8 months I was out here. It looks glamorous to people, but it's definitely a flighty lifestyle for sure. And you don't have any, I like constant change though. I like not knowing what's happening ever. Like, I like that kind of stuff. It's what he's like. That's why I always liked working for myself. Like, it just keeps life interesting. Like, I like to experience everything. I'll try anything once, anything.
What's your most cherished memory in life?
My kids, I was a really present mom. Like, whether I was on dope, whatever, it doesn't matter. I was always there. My kids didn't have any babysitters, none of that.
How'd you keep your kids away from drugs?
I was very real with who I am and what I do. They knew what I did.
What's your advice to someone that's thinking about getting on the blues?
Don't do it. Opiates are a trap, and like it was a lot of doctors' faults. But we take our own responsibility. Like, when you take drugs, like prescription medications, and they are fun, probably think about that. They're probably addicting. But how I started on opiates was I got bronchitis from my son, and I was on cough syrup for like 2 months, and I was already addicted at that point, and realized it gave me energy, and so I continued to do it. Then I went to Loratabs, then Percocet, then you go up the chain, and then fentanyl is like 10 times stronger than heroin. I'm addicted to that. I do.
You want to get off of it?
Yes, because I do it to function, not to get high. It's not fun. Like, I used to just do what I need to do to function, and then at night, like, kind of like an alcoholic, you do a little more to have a good time.
Can you describe withdrawals for us? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's like, no, you're fine. It's like having the flu, but like times 10 in like a matter. You're fine 1 minute, and then you have the flu. You get high sweats. You're freaking have no energy. It sucks. But you got to do it cold turkey. Like, a lot, they give you crutches and medications. Doctors do, like methadone, all those things. It's just another drug you're trading for. Like, I took methadone to get higher from my other drugs I was taking. Though one of them, though, it puts you into withdrawal. So I won't be doing that one again.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Let's do 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
I enjoy doing business. I still, like, this time I want to do something that I want to do. And out here I learned a lot about myself, and I was more capable than I really thought. Because I'm not from the streets at all.
I could tell.
But I learned
the way you carry yourself.
Yeah, I learned a lot, and I respect people, that are just have manners and respect for one another. Like, that's all it is. Like, as long as you respect what other people do and don't judge them, and just, mind your own business. Like, I don't judge anybody for what they do. I just do what I do, and it's hard. But I've always had problems with people, causing drama. And it's girl drama, though. It's normal in life, I think. I know people, like, in all levels of life, and no different to me. Money never changed me. I was still the same.
You had a lot of money one time.
Now I know I don't want to be all the way broke anymore either. So somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be starting another company. I'm working on one now. So
Good luck to you, okay?
I will.
Thank you so much for
Thank
this
you.
interview, Amanda.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, God bless you.
Anytime. You too. Thank you.